I'm Chef Julia Dunaway, and I cook whole food, plant-based, no oil dishes that I think taste pretty good. And today I'm going to be making something out of one of my ebooks. This one is Chef Julia 21-Day Challenge, and the recipe is called Fruit Crisp. This recipe and the ebook are all part of something that is time sensitive right now, so you may be watching this video when this deal is no longer going on, but if you're watching it before March the 2nd of 2022, you still have time to participate in the bundle. And the bundle is a set of, right now, I believe we have 112 different items, products, ebooks, videos, courses, live events, and it's $49 one-time cost for something that's valued at $4,700. So I've really been trying to make some recipes out of my contributions to the bundle, which were this ebook and a class called How to Get Ready for the Chef Julia 21-Day Challenge. It's almost a 3-hour Zoom class with other recipes besides the ones in here. So those are two things that are in the bundle for me, but there are so many contributions from experts and really good chefs and so much. So take advantage of that. I'm going to get on to my recipe. I started thinking I needed to get some lemon zest before I used my lemon, so I'm going to get that started first and set it aside because the lemon zest is going to go in the topping. And once you've gotten the juice out of the lemon, it's kind of hard to get the zest, right? You're just trying to hold on and it doesn't work. So we're going to go ahead and capture the zest before we cut the lemon open. And when you're getting lemon zest, I'm using a microplane grater, which has got really fine teeth on it, but I wanted to show you that I'm only getting the yellow outside part of the lemon. I'm not getting the white part. And then I just slap it on my cutting board and it comes right off the zester. And then I can just throw it in my little cup. It's easy as that. So if you get the white part of the lemon, it starts getting kind of bitter. Now this recipe, Fruit Crisp, you can use any kind of fruit. I've used apples, finely chopped apples like Gala apples or my new favorite Envy apples, strawberries, blueberries, peaches in the summertime when peaches are in season. This is great. And then today I wanted to try it with raspberries because I like raspberries and I've seen so many in the store lately. They seem like they're on sale and different things. So I got a bunch of raspberries. And these were the kinds you get, and I've rinsed them off, so they're good to go. These are the kind of raspberries you buy in the regular grocery store. You know, these are 12-ounce packages, and I got 2 of them. So that it took 2 12-ounce packages to make the amount I needed, which was 5 cups. It was a little over 5 cups. And I'm going to be using a 10-inch baking dish. So you can use whatever size you have, but it kind of needs at least a 10-inch baking dish. The little 8-inch ones are not enough for this much fruit. So 10-inch, if you had to use the 9 by 13, that would work too. But I think the 10-inch one that's the one I want to use today. And we're going to add different things to make it sweet instead of adding a lot of sugar like in the past when I used to make Fruit Crisp for my children. You know, decades ago when they were little, I would use a lot of sugar. Well, we don't use sugar so much in the whole food, plant-based, no oil, healthy, you know, getting away from sugar kind of way of eating. So I'm using dates. And I have about 1/3 cup of dates. I need to chop them up. And these dates are from the Date People, The Date People. It's the name of their company or their organization in Southern California. And you can order dates from them, and they come in these cardboard containers, and they're labeled with the type. This is honey dates, doesn't have honey in it, it's just the name of the date, and they tell you to freeze them. So I've got lots of dates in my freezer. I've already taken the pits out because date pits are not good to eat, and do not grind them up in your blender. Early on when I mistakenly threw some date pits in my blender when I was making a smoothie or something, and it was not good. It was like, no, that is not a good thing. And if you don't recognize my kitchen that I'm in and you think it's different from where I'm usually at, that's because it is. I'm looking for a 1/3 cup measure. I think I'll be able to find it. Here it is. So 1/3 of a cup, I wanted to measure it out so you can see, boy, that was a good guess. That is just about 1/3 of a cup, maybe one more date. Dates are kind of sticky too. So, you know, these dates are just good. I use them all the time for my smoothies every day. I used to use sweetener, like in the beginning, I used sweetener for my smoothies, like stevia. And then the more I studied up on whole food, plant-based, no oil, healthy eating, the more I realized I really didn't need any kind of artificial sweetener in my food. I could just enjoy it without that. I get sticky dates off my hand. So I've got the dates in here. And then I'm going to add some maple syrup. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons. Now, you know, not everybody will agree with adding maple syrup because, you know, they might not want to add any more sweetness than what's already in the dates. And I could use date syrup, but my husband is going to be eating this dessert. Mostly him. I'll eat a little bit, but he likes it a lot, so he'll eat a lot of it. I'm going to squish these dates up. They're not going to mix very well in this one blob here, so I'm going to kind of mix them up a little bit so they're more like a paste. Messy, but that's okay. They'll kind of melt down as it cooks. And he likes his food really sweet. If it were up to me, I would use my date syrup. I have date syrup here. And look, it's almost gone. I've used this whole 48-ounce container of date syrup. That's what I use in my tea. I use that to sweeten cereal. I use it for everything. So I was saying I'm in a different kitchen. So if you don't recognize this kitchen, this is my kitchen in the house. I usually am in my kitchen classroom, which is in another room. So don't get confused. I'm still in the same place, just a different part of the house. Okay, so I've got my maple syrup, my nice chopped up dates are in here, and I'm going to be adding a couple other ingredients, not too many. It's very simple. Lemon juice. I need 2 tablespoons, and I'll measure it out in my little, well, let's see, did I bring my little measuring cup out? No, I don't see it. Okay, here's a tablespoon. So I'll put 1 tablespoon, and you know, that's usually like a lemon. This is a normal size lemon. A normal size lemon is usually a couple of tablespoons. You don't spill it all over the counter like I'm doing right now. Probably be better over a bowl, but that's okay. And then my built-in strainer. You know, sometimes if keep your hands really clean, and then you can use them for all your cooking things. So that's why I keep my hands very, very clean, short nails, the whole thing. I don't like to wear gloves because I don't see a need to wear gloves in my own house if the people eating my food are just me and my husband, because I know my hands are clean and I'm not serving food to the public. I think there are a lot of rules in place now when if you're serving food to the public, you wear gloves on your hands. Okay, so I'm going to add the vanilla extract, just a teaspoon. And that just gives it a little extra flavor. You don't have to have it, but I think it makes it good. And then a tablespoon of cornstarch. And the cornstarch, or any kind of potato starch, cornstarch, arrowroot powder, any of those kind of thickening type things, it just kind of helps to thicken up your sauce, because when the fruit cooks, it releases a lot of liquid, and so then you end up with a real wet, soupy liquid in your crisp, and you kind of don't want that. You want it to be thicker, right? When you eat it, more like a pie. So adding that tablespoon of cornstarch makes it have a nicer texture in the end. This is going to be good. These are such good raspberries. I know it's going to be good. Sometimes you get raspberries at the store and they're kind of on the verge of not being so good. I've had that happen many times, but these are perfect. So I'm just going to stick them in my baking dish. Ready to go. One stuck on my spoon. See, and that's why this is the perfect size baking dish. Not too big, not too small. Get the dates off of the spoon, but it's just the right size for what I need. And then you just get a separate bowl to mix up the dry ingredients, the topping. So what's in the topping, and this is another reason I like this recipe. I love oats. I love oatmeal. I love overnight oats, cooked oatmeal, just about any kind of oatmeal. That's my thing now. All my life, I avoided oatmeal. I don't know why. I did not like any kind of oatmeal for all of my life until the last few years, last maybe 3 years. And the only oatmeal in my house was for the kids. I had 4 children, have 4 children, a bunch of grandchildren. But when the kids were little, the only kind of oatmeal I had was those little packets of instant oatmeal, Quaker's oatmeal. And they liked, maple, cinnamon, and peach and cream, or these variety packs. And they loved those things. And I tasted them and I thought they were just like bland, sweet, weird texture. So I didn't care for them at all, but the kids liked that. Okay, we're gonna have the oats, and we're gonna combine the, I was supposed to put the maple syrup with the oats. Oh well, we'll put a little bit more with the oats. So you're supposed to put 3 tablespoons of maple syrup with the oats, not with the raspberries. That was the dates. But since my husband's eating this, he won't care that there's extra maple syrup. In fact, that'll probably make him enjoy it even more. So, but you were supposed to put that in with the oats, not the raspberries. So forget that I put that in with the raspberries. The dates go with the raspberries. I haven't made this in a while, so forgive me for not being perfect. Okay, and then a tablespoon of tahini. And I like this Mighty Sesame tahini. This is, I get it from Amazon and keep it around. It squeezes out pretty well. Need a little bit of elbow grease on this one. I think it must have a jam in there. There must be a thick chunk or something because it's not coming out. Yeah, there was a kind of a thick piece in there. Usually the Mighty Sesame tahini squeezes out really well. Okay, so we got the tahini, and then remember our lemon zest that I made in the beginning. Stick that in there. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm kind of trying to mix in this tahini. And what the tahini does is, you know how when you made apple crisp or apple cobbler or something, there's usually an amount of some kind of fat in the topping, like a lot of butter or something like butter, shortening, who knows. But some kind of fat was always in that topping. I'm looking for a spoon. So this is kind of a way to get the topping that you want. Okay, we're gonna put half of a teaspoon of ground cinnamon in here. I just have a teaspoon, I'm gonna put half in there. I should have got all these things out before I started making my video. But I have been so busy this week. My goodness, I can't even tell you all the crazy stuff I've been doing because of the bundle, trying to get the word out. Okay, so I've got my oat mixture, and I'm going to add walnuts to it because I really like walnuts. And I think the walnuts will add something special. I'm going to wipe my cutting board off. It's kind of dirty. So, and I have my oven right over here. So it'll be really easy to get this in the oven. Get that out of the way. So I only want to put 1/4 of a cup of walnuts in here. And you could use pecans, you could use almonds, any kind of nut. But I think walnuts go really well with raspberries. Well, any nut would probably go with raspberries. I'm going to use 1/4 of a cup. We could put more in there. My husband would be happy if it had 1/2 a cup, I'm sure. He likes walnuts. And I do too, but I don't eat that many nuts. I like to use a small amount of nuts to add flavor. And I've cut way back on the amount of nuts I eat on a daily basis just because I follow Dr. Greger's Daily Dozen, and he does allow for various nuts and seeds and flaxseed, chia seed, walnuts. He really emphasizes walnuts. So, I do eat nuts, but I measure out the amount I eat because, there was a time when I was a lot heavier that I would eat way too many nuts, like eat them for a snack and don't even count how many. you know, like you go to Costco or some of these places and they sell nuts by the 5-pound bag. So I would buy a bag of nuts, intending to portion them out and eat an ounce or two here, right? That's what we do. And then I would open the bag in the car on the way home and eat 5 ounces, you know, and then wonder why I was getting heavy. So yeah, don't think you can just eat unlimited amounts of nuts and be slim and trim, because most of us would have a lot of trouble doing that. Now, I know there's some guys out there who could probably eat, you know, a bunch of nuts every day, all day long, and nothing happens to them. But, you know, in my experience, guys are able to get by with more than I can. My husband, he can eat a lot of stuff and he never seems to gain weight. Of course, he's able to stop eating stuff. I've watched him, and oh, if you hear some snoring, that's my dog, my boxer, Kamiko. But I've seen my husband eat like one small serving of something, and he likes it really well, and he eats a small serving of it, and then he walks away from it. Well, I didn't have that ability. If I liked something, I would eat it, and I would say, I like this. And then I would get some more. So I'm the person that would get the bag of chocolate chip cookies and eat a whole section, a whole sleeve of them. So no, he's good at portioning out things. So he could probably eat an ounce of nuts at a time. Okay, so I've got look at that beautiful raspberry crisp. I'm gonna put it in the oven right over here at 350 for 30 minutes. I'm not gonna cover it up. I'm just gonna leave it open. And in 30 minutes, I will get the apple crisp out and we'll do a little taste test, or I'll do a taste test and see how it tastes. Hopefully it will turn out really well. Okay, we'll see you in about 30 minutes. All right, the time is up. I'm gonna get it out of the oven and we'll take a look. 30 minutes on 350. We'll see what it looks like. Let me shut this oven. Well, it sure smells good, and it's nice and done and very juicy. The only way we're going to know is if we taste it. It's going to be really hot. But I think you can see, I should probably get it closer to you so you can see what it looks like. There is quite a bit of juice that came out. So remember how we didn't add a lot of liquid? But remember, fruit has a lot of natural liquid in it, so it's plenty moist and soft, but it's not runny because we put the cornstarch in it. So it holds together really nicely. I think you can see on my spoon that it thickened up really nicely because of the cornstarch, and that's what we wanted. Oh, I could just eat this all day long. And another way to eat this, to me, is I would eat it on top of oatmeal. So I would have regular oatmeal, and then I would put a little bit of this on top of my regular oatmeal. I'm kind of an oatmeal nut. And the other preparation that I think would be good is to take some of this. This is cashew yogurt, doesn't have any oil in it. And to put a dollop of this. This is plain, it's not sweetened. So it's gonna be like kind of plain, but I don't mind, is to take some plain cashew yogurt and dollop it on the top, and then have kind of it's kind of like how you would put yogurt, regular yogurt on your cobbler or crisp or ice cream or some kind of whipped cream or something, creamy. And I think that kind of gives it that little creaminess. But let's taste this without me burning my mouth. It's really good. I can taste the lemon, I can taste the cinnamon, I can taste the crunchy oatmeal. It really is good. I hope you guys make this. This is raspberry crisp, and it's called, in the recipe, it's just called Fruit Crisp. And it's from the ebook, Chef Julia 21-Day Challenge, which is part of the bundle that will be good until March 2nd, 2022. It ends at 11:59 p.m., so you have all day tomorrow to purchase the bundle, which is $4,700 worth of books, ebooks, videos, courses for $49. If you're watching this and it's past that time, you can get any of my ebooks on my website, chef-julia.com, including this one. And you have the recipe for this. You don't have to buy anything to get this recipe. I'm going to post the recipe for the raspberry crisp right here in the show notes. And if you are interested in more whole food, plant-based, no oil recipes, I do a weekly YouTube video with something that I cook. And I also have plenty of other content on my website, classes every month. I have a Facebook page called Chef Julia. I'd love for you to join it. And I also have a support group. It's called Chef Julia Support Group. Anyone can join it, and I do a 21-day challenge. Every 3 weeks, I start a new one where I eat nothing but the Daily Dozen, which is from Dr. Greger's How Not to Die book. Really, grains, beans, fruits, and vegetables. But I really stick with it for 3 weeks at a time and try to help other people get started so they can finally, once and for all, start eating the way they've been wanting to, whole food, plant-based, no oil. So if you join my support group, you can have access to that, and I come on there and look at what people are eating and make comments and try to be a positive person, because we all need encouragement in this lifestyle. We're the minority. Very few people eat this way. So I think it helps to have a place where you can showcase what you're doing and other people are cheering you on. So that's what I do. So I hope you make the fruit crisp using any kind of berry, any kind of apple, whatever you like. If you use apples, you may have to cover the dish with foil and bake it 10 to 20 minutes longer. So keep that in mind if you use apples. Apples do take longer. But this is good. I can't wait to eat more of it. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon with another video. Bye-bye for now.